Good afternoon, folks. My name's Mike Gibson. I'm the police chief here at the city of Mount Dora. It's not the world's greatest reason to meet, but with a heavy heart, I'm here to announce the untimely death of a couple of our residents. Give you some facts here. On December 31st, 2022, at about 4:06 p.m., members of the Mount Dora Police Department responded to the Waterman Village down here on Donley, to the Waterman Village Senior Living Facility in reference to a suspicious incident. At the residence, we found an 83-year-old male and an 80-year-old female. They were both deceased. They were husband and wife. The circumstances surrounding their death is suspicious in nature. Members of the Lake County Sheriff's Office, Forensics Unit, the Mount Dora Police Department, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has responded to initiate a very methodical investigation of this suspicious death investigation. But let me be clear, this is a homicide investigation, so we're all transparent and upfront. Moving forward, while this is a really sad day for the city of Mount Dora, I want you to know that we're committed, our legislative officials, our city managers, our city manager, and the Mount Dora Police Department, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and we're committed to spare no expense in learning the facts surrounding this untimely death. Here's my commitment to you. We will absolutely come to a successful conclusion on this investigation. For the moment, we'll go through, and I'm gonna let the special agent in charge, Lee Massey, speak, and then we'll be open to whatever, and Mayor Stiles speak, and then we'll be open to whatever questions you have. Lee.
Thanks, Chief. Good afternoon. My name is Lee Massey, M-A-S-S-I-E, special agent in charge with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement from the Orlando region. And Chief Gibson reached out to myself today requesting our assistance on the event that he just described. FDLE is committed to supporting the Mount Dora Police Department. It is their investigation. They are the lead agency, but we are absolutely committing any and all resources that he or his agency feels would be beneficial in solving this event. We're going to commit investigative, analytical, and if obviously the most important piece I feel will be our lab resources, the forensic science part of this. So we also have some investigative techniques if we need to start looking for vehicles or other devices that may or may not have left the scene. We've committed those resources as well. So from an FDLE perspective, to the city of Mount Dora, to the chief of the Mount Dora Police Department, to the mayor, the city manager, FDLE is 100% in support of anything we can do to assist in solving this horrific event. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Mayor Chrissy Stiles, City of Mount Dora. Just want to take a moment to assure the residents of our city you shouldn't feel any less safe than you felt yesterday morning when you woke up. Our police department serves this city well. They protect our city. We're a strong community and will continue to be a strong community, and you should feel safe where you live. This is an active investigation, as Chief said. Regardless of the results that come of this investigation, we lost 2 residents yesterday. But I want you all to be confident that we live in a safe and strong and secure city. And as Chief promised, we're putting everything we have towards solving this crime.
Also, first and foremost, our thoughts are with the family of the victims. And I want to credit Mike and his staff for taking the initiative early on for bringing in the county and the state forensic people to ensure that we gather all the evidence that's available and make sure there's a successful prosecution.
And there's one other piece of information that's very important, very critical to our investigation. The city manager and the mayor, they have committed additional funds to Crimeline, so please take advantage, and if anyone has any information that will lead to the successful solving of this case, 1-800-423-TIPS. That's Crimeline, 1-800-423-TIPS. And with that said, we're open to your questions.
Can you talk a little bit about the circumstances around this death? You called it a homicide, and you mentioned Crimeline. Are you looking for somebody, and where were they found dead? If you can talk a little bit more about that.
Sure. Okay, so this is a fast-breaking, very active investigation, and there are things that we just cannot discuss at this moment. Possibly tomorrow we'll be able to put out more, but right now it's an active investigation. My goal, as my discussion with both the mayor and the city manager, is that for me is to be as transparent as I can legally and responsibly be. And so we just can't speak about the details of the case.
Have you ruled out a murder-suicide situation, or?
The case is active and ongoing, and our plan is to do this as often as daily until we reach a final conclusion. So at this point, we just can't discuss the details of the case.
How were they killed? What makes it suspicious when you say
Again, these are details of the investigation. We're just not going to go into those details. We're just not going to do it.
Chief, did you guys get a 911 call? And if so, what time did that come in?
Yes. So at about 4 p.m., 4:06, I believe, we got a 911 call from security and about suspicious incident, and that's how we responded to the scene.
Will you be releasing the 911 call?
Possibly. I haven't listened to it. We have it. I know we have it. I need to listen to the details, and we'll release, as you know, we'll release things as quickly as we possibly can. But if it interferes with the investigation, we'll hold it for a day or two until we can safely release it.
Are you able to say if it was a forced entry or not?
I'm sorry?
Are you able to say if it was forced entry or not?
Again, details of the investigation we're just not going to discuss.
And follow up on that 911. Did somebody hear something, or did somebody see something to call it in, or?
It was, again, a suspicious incident, and that was what we responded to.
But I mean, what did the caller say?
Again, these are details that tomorrow will be a day that maybe there's that information we can release, but right now this is active and ongoing.
What is the exact address?
161 Lake Margaret Circle.
And is this a townhouse, two-story, one-story?
It's a single family. Well, it's a multi-family residence.
Do you have any background on the residents, general background, if they lived in the area a long time?
We're on our 24th hour. So again, the investigation's active and ongoing, and those are just details we're just not going to discuss.
Have you heard from any of their family members?
We have. We've spoken to the son. He is identified, and we're going to hold back on releasing him until he can stand here with us. And so we'll hold on releasing his name.
Chief, so you notified next of kin, so can you tell us the names of the victims?
No, sir, not at this point. Out of just to avoid his personal embarrassment, we will. But at this moment, we are talking to him actively. He's not in town right now. We'll wait till he's in town, and then we'll release his name.
Chief, if you could just clarify something for me. Earlier when you were speaking, you said that to be transparent, this is a homicide
Right.
investigation.
Right.
But when another reporter asked if it was a murder-suicide, you kind of dodged the
Yeah.
question.
No dodging. The facts of the investigation, the details of the investigation, we're just not going to discuss.
So did you find a weapon on scene that would indicate a murder-suicide?
These are things we're just not going to discuss.
Is the public in danger?
No, the public is not in danger.
Okay, if we don't know if it's a murder-suicide, and
Okay.
you don't have anybody in custody, correct?
No.
Then how can you stand
Okay.
there and say the public's not in danger?
Yeah, so we're just not going to go into the details. We're not going to go into the details of the investigation. It's not prudent. It's not responsible.
It's not prudent if the community's
No,
safety is...
it's not prudent to release the details. And I think everyone in here that's been around me over the last 30 years knows that I'm just not going to, the investigation is foremost, number one priority.
So what would you say there's a lot of residents in here, what would you say to them to make sure that they feel safe and
Yeah.
confident?
The city of Mount Dora is I came from a place not far from here, just almost a stone's throw. And I was shocked when I was hired by the city of Mount Dora of how safe and secure this community really is compared to nearby areas. So the city of Mount Dora, we have committed professional law enforcement officers that are out here day in, day out, not only deterring crime but preventing crime. And Mount Dora is safe. It's a safe place to be, safe place to live and work.
Will there be any additional security at the facility right now?
They have several security officers at the facility. They have several. For the moment, the Mount Dora Police Department will be there because we want everyone to feel comfortable and at ease as closely as we can make them feel at ease. So we're going to be present there. We're going to be present there for an unlimited period of time, whatever it takes, to make folks feel safe.
When we're talking about this case in general, I understand why Lake County Sheriff's Office also included this, but I'm a little confused on why FDLE is involved. Is because that Metropolitan Officers
Okay.
involved in this?
Well, no, absolutely. So
we just wanted to
the power of FDLE is not only their investigative skill but their forensic capabilities. We work in a state system, and if it were so we rely, not just we, every law enforcement agency relies on FDLE and their forensic horsepower. So that's why we bring them, because they bring in the forensic horsepower.
Is it typical to have FDLE come in for a homicide investigation in Mount Dora?
Well, we don't have many, thank goodness. And absolutely, especially under my watch. It would. Why we, the city of Mount Dora and the Mount Dora Police Department does not have forensic capabilities, so we have to bring in the state, right?
Do you have a suspect, Chief?
Well, again, these are points of the investigation we're just not going to discuss right now.
Are you looking for a car, a specific car?
Again, these are points of the investigation we're just not going to discuss. Here's
one more question.
Yeah. Here's what I'll promise you. We're going to, if things materialize, we'll do this again tomorrow.
Chief, can you just answer one quick question to button it down? Were the two victims residents of the unit that they were found?
Yes, ma'am. They were residents. Okay. Again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support of the policing in general and the Mount Dora Police Department. We'll do this again. Just watch your emails. Rashawn will put out notices when we're going to meet again, and it will be soon. So, again, thank you very much.